In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the 40 blocks fast and easy in NBA 2K23 Myteam to get the free pink diamond Jaren Jackson Jr. in NBA 2K23 Myteam. As you guys can see, I already have the 40 blocks completed, and I did it in honestly less than 45 minutes, which is really fast to get 40 blocks. So the method what you guys want to do is first off go over to TTO offline, and this is a lineup that I was personally running, and what you guys want to do is have 2 gold point guards, and you can probably want them to be as small as possible. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't help, because obviously you want to go up against small point guards, and then I'll show you guys what method you want to do. But what I would say for the lineup is you just want to have 2 gold point guards. I mean, it can be LaMelo Ball, it can just be 2 point guards. I ran Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley, doesn't really matter on their height too much, but if you want to go for as small as possible, that would obviously be a lot better. Maybe a guy like Eric Snow, because I know he's pretty small as well. But what you guys want to do for the person actually getting the blocks is it can be whatever tier you want. You just want to pick a guy you feel like you can get the most blocks with. I started off doing it with Kareem, but I found Anthony Davis was a little bit better at actually getting blocks. So I'd say AD is probably one of the best ones to go with. Guys like, Pink Diamond Giannis are going to be really good as well if you guys have a Giannis. Obviously, Kareem's really good. Pretty much even a Jimmy Butler, you can still get blocks in the game as well. But if you guys want to use a budget card, I would actually go with the Amethyst Taco Fall. He is probably a really good budget card to do it with. I didn't do it with this card, but I think he would be another great option. But like I said, the person I did like probably 30 of the blocks with was the Galaxy Opal Anthony Davis. So this is the lineup you guys can run: 2 gold smaller point guards, and then run the 1 card you want to go for the blocks with. In this case, it's going to be Galaxy Opal AD. Into the T2 offline game, you guys can quickly see the cards there. We're going up against Steve Kerr and some other kind of short point guard, and what you guys want to do on the offensive end is you just want to score the ball every single possession. You can take your layups, you can take threes if you really want to, but I think the best way is just scoring a dunk or taking a layup as well. Now what you guys want to do, I quickly have to explain this because stuff does move really fast. You guys are going to want to use what's called the A switch method, and basically if you guys don't know what that is, you want to take the person you're using. For example, you're going for the blocks with Anthony Davis. You want to user Anthony Davis, you want to run up to the person that has the ball, usually the point guard, when they inbound after you guys score. You want to hold down A on Xbox or hold down X on PlayStation, and that's going to switch you onto the point guard, and that's when you can start doing the method, and I'll show you guys what to do. But like I said, A switch, you want to run up to the person that has the ball, and you want to hold down A or you want to hold down X, depending if you're on PlayStation or if you guys are on Xbox. So that's going to be the method of how to A switch. What you guys want to do, like I said, is I'm gonna run up to Steve Kerr, and as you guys can see, the arrow has switched onto Kerr, and then what you guys want to do is you want to stay on his hip, let him run to the basket, and then at the last second go for the block. You're not going to get a block every single possession, but like I would say 90% of the time you're going to be able to get a block. Another block there on Steve Kerr, maybe let him go back up for the layup, and we already got 2 blocks on the game. You can also just get blocks normally. It doesn't have to always be the A switch method. Sometimes you can just let them pass the ball inside to a smaller point guard, and then they'll go up and you can get an easy block. So what I'm going to do once again is A switch. This time it's going to be onto this other guy, no idea to pronounce his name, so I'm gonna let him go to the basket, and then at the last second I'm gonna go for the block. And you guys can see right away we already have 3 blocks on the ball game, and we're about 30 seconds into the game. So once again, just gonna score the ball, and once again A switch, holding down A onto the point guard. Now we're switched on to Steve Kerr, and we're just gonna let him run to the basket, and then at the last second go for the block. I kind of mistimed it there. You guys are just gonna have to get used to it. It does take a little bit of skill and a little bit of practice to kind of learn how to stay on their hip and learn when to go for the block. It's all about timing, precision of when you guys want to jump, and how close you guys are standing. There's a lot of small details that you guys have to get better at, right? Staying on his hip, and then last second going for the block. So it's a really simple method once you guys get it down. I will say, don't get discouraged if it doesn't work the first couple possessions and think, oh, it doesn't work, this method is terrible. It does take a lot of practice and a lot of time learning how to do. But once again, A switch onto the point guard. You guys can see the arrow switching onto the point guard now, and we're just going to stay on his hip, and you want to let them go to the basket, drive to the basket, and then last second you want to go for the block. And you guys can see right there, Steve Kerr, right, he's just going to miss the layup, and we don't get the block on that possession. So you're not going to get a block every single time, but it's going to be the fastest method to get these 40 blocks for the Jaren Jackson Jr., and it's also going to work for obviously any other block challenge you guys can do in T2 offline. It doesn't have to be 40 blocks or for Jaren Jackson Jr. And once again, you can use any card in the game you want to. Just in this sense, I'm using Anthony Davis. But yeah, let Kerr run to the basket and then go for that block. We don't get a block there. Probably should have. Anthony Davis for some reason just didn't want to block that, but I think you guys kind of get the method and how you guys want to do this. Sometimes you can get 15, 20 blocks in a T2 offline game. When I was grinding for Jaren Jackson Jr., and the last game I was going for, I'm pretty sure I had about like 15 or 16 blocks in one single game, as we get another one on Steve Kerr right there. So you guys can already see right away, we do have 5 blocks, and we're about what, a minute into the game, maybe a minute and a half. I'll also show you guys another method to do once you get to 20 points. So if you have a good matchup, for example, you know, we can tell we're getting a lot of blocks on Kerr, and it's going to be pretty easy to get blocks in this game. I mean, you guys can just see right here, for example. Okay, so I got sidetracked, but basically a method you guys can do. So let's say we're at 20 points and you don't want to score the ball, right? Because if you score, you know, the ball at 20 points, now the game is going to end. So what you guys can do is run out of bounds here. And basically, you're just going to be able to keep doing this over and over again because you don't want the game to end, right? So now they're going to be inbounding the ball from the side, and you can do the same, obviously, block method. Let them run to the basket and then keep getting your blocks over and over again. So let's say we're at 20 points, right? And I want to score the ball because I don't want the game to end because I like the matchup when we're able to get easy blocks, right? Once again, run out of bounds. And then when they go to inbound, run up with Anthony Davis, a switch onto the point guard. And then he's obviously going to drive to the basket, and we're going to go for the block and get another one right there. So it's going to be really simple to do. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I think I explained it pretty well, but like I said, if you guys have any questions, something I didn't maybe touch on, something I didn't really explain, or just any questions in general, let me know down below. But hopefully this video did help you guys out. If it does, make sure to drop a sub and like down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.